Good afternoon, Sam and Emma. This is John from San Antonio.
John from San Antonio. Long time no hear from. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing fairly well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be on the Letter Hacks YouTube show tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on here before there. It's great to see that you're getting around, John, and have other podcasts you like to go on.
Yeah, definitely. More expanded, So.
All right. Well, you're not picking up on my passive aggressiveness.
Okay.
In fact, John's just simply ignoring it.
Yeah, okay, there you go. All right, John. Tomorrow's are we talking about Super Tuesday, or are we just talking in general where we are in terms of the polls? And it on their face, the polls do not look very good for Joe Biden right now.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah, no, I'm going to be talking about congressional elections. So I don't think there's a better case for implementing ranked choice voting than the upcoming California Senate race. If I lived in California and they had ranked choice voting, I'd vote for Barbara Lee, since she'll probably finish in fourth place. My second choice would be for Katie Porter. But since they don't have ranked choice voting and the left and the center-left vote was split, now only Katie Porter has a real chance of finishing in the top two and moving on to the general election. My polling average has centrist Adam Schiff at 28.5%, Republican Steve Garvey at 24.5%, and Porter at 19.5%. So I hope the polls are wrong on this, and Porter finishes in the top two.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is a split between Barbara Lee and Katie Porter, right? I mean, and people should understand, it is, I think most people know this, it's what is known as a jungle primary. There's not a Republican primary and a Democratic primary. It's just everybody runs against each other, and the top two get there. And so Schiff has been elevating Garvey, who's the Republican, because Garvey's a lunatic, but there is always going to be a rump Republican Party there. And if Schiff brings Garvey into the general election, it's almost like an automatic win for Schiff.
Yeah, Schiff has spent $44.8 million in ads, and a lot of those ads, he's ostensibly attacking Garvey, but he's also bringing to the attention of conservatives that Garvey is running, and he's a conservative out there. And Porter has done the same thing with Eric Early, except she doesn't have near as much money. Has only spent $18.6 million in ads. And so, I mean, there's a lot of money, APAC money, for Schiff, and also all the, what is it,
well, Pelosi's behind him. The whole Democratic establishment is behind Schiff, it seems to me.
That's true. I mean, it's a real shame, but I mean, who knows? I mean, the one good thing, if Porter does finish, there was one poll that had him basically even for the general election at 30% piece. So, I mean, that's the one good thing if that does happen. So in the 45th District of California Progressive, 26-year-old Cheyenne Hunt is the only candidate in the race that's come out in favor of a ceasefire in Gaza. She's endorsed by the Sunrise Movement in Orange County, and where most of the district is located. Hunt finished in second place in fundraising among Democrats and has the most money on hand. Biden won this district by 6.1%. The current incumbent is Republican Michelle Steele, who won by 4.8% in 2022. Derek Tran is the leading fundraiser among Democratic running for this seat. In the 16th District of California Progressive, Rishi Kumar qualified for the last two general elections against the Democrat Anna Eshoo, who is retiring this year. In 2022, Kumar received 42% of the vote. This year, there are 8 other Democratic candidates. Kumar is in sixth place in fundraising, and it's a wide-open race. This district covers from the Bay Area near the Pacific to San Jose. In the 30th District of California, trans candidate G. Maybe a Girl Pudlo finished in second place in 2022 with 29% of the vote against Adam Schiff, Schiff, who's running for the Senate. There are 11 Democrats running for this seat, and maybe a girl is in 8th place in fundraising. This district covers Hollywood, Burbank, Glendale. Hopefully the centrist vote will be divided, and she will make the top 2 again. In the 34th District of California, David Kim has the best shot of being elected among all progressive non-incumbents in the nation. He only lost by 2.4 to another Democrat, Jimmy Gomez, in the 2022 general election. Gomez has a good voting record, but I just think that Kim will be better if he's elected. He was endorsed by a DSA in 2020. Kim is a lock to make the top 2, and hopefully he'll defy the odds and win this district, which is in the downtown Los Angeles area. In the 15th House District of Texas, that runs from the Rio Grande Valley to an area 40 miles due west of San Antonio. In 2022, progressive Michelle Vallejo surprised her opponents when she made the runoff in an area that had been dominated by centrists. She finished 8 points behind Ruben Ramirez, and in the initial primary, and won the runoff by 30 votes. She finished 8.5% behind Republican Monica De La Cruz in this swing district that Trump only won by 3 points in 2020. John Rigney, who finished in 3rd place in the primary in 22, is running again. Vallejo is the heavy favorite to win the race. There are now 18 House seats that Biden won in 2020, which Republicans represent right now. One of the newest districts that were drawn is the 2nd District of Alabama, even though the Republican appointed judges on the Supreme Court want to gut the Voting Rights Act. They still gave an additional seat to represent black voters in Alabama, which is the 2nd district in the southeast portion of the state, which is a plus 12 Biden district. So there are 11 Democrats running for that seat. In North Carolina, the Supreme Court approved a Republican gerrymander that moved the previous 7-7 split in the House, which will probably be a 10-4 Republican advantage. Unfortunately, the New York legislature and the Wisconsin Supreme Court did not reciprocate the North Carolina extreme gerrymander, and this could be the difference on who controls the House. This is perhaps the closest race for the trifecta, or the battle for the White House, Senate, and House in the modern history of American federal elections this far out. Right now, Biden is the weakest linked, but all those races could go either way. Yeah. If you have any questions or comment, be happy to. Okay,
this is my one question. It's back to California. You get one vote, right, in the Senate primary, and I'm bringing this up, and I don't want to pick on this person, but I want to just use an example of what I think is like not strategic voting. Ryan and Callie wrote, I voted for absentee for Barbara Lee because she is the best candidate. I supported Katie Porter until she showed herself to be a coward by not supporting her Muslim colleagues in the House and her silence on the current genocide. Schiff, Garvey, two sides of the same crap-ass coin, but I will vote for Schiff in November if it's between him and some scumbag disgraced baseball player. Here's why I think, again, this is not strategic voting, right? Because if you have Garvey on the ticket, as opposed to, let's say, and right now, listen, I don't know how I would vote in California. If it was ranked choice voting, I would vote exactly like you said. But at this juncture, if I was voting today or tomorrow, I guess, I'd vote for Katie Porter because of what the polling says, that she's the only one who has a chance of getting into the primary and beating Adam Schiff. The value of it not having a Republican in that race is that Steve Garvey is not going to be spending, if he's not a candidate, millions of dollars of advertising, of get out the vote, et cetera, et cetera. If there's no Republican running in the general election for the Senate, even though Trump is there, Trump's not going to be spending a lot of money in California. they're going to be looking for money. They're going to be spending their money in Pennsylvania and Michigan and Nevada and Pennsylvania and in Georgia. We go on, name one or two others. But he's not going to spend a lot of money in California. That's where you start picking up these house races, these other house races, yes?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I agree with everything that you said. I mean, when I called in on the 19th of I guess it was December, I did support Barbara Lee at that point because I do feel she is the best candidate. Just given her history, the fact that she called for a ceasefire, definitely the best candidate. But yeah,
she's
I agree
without by doubt the most progressive in the lot of them.
Yeah.
But we're now a day out, and the polling could be completely wrong, but I doubt it.
Right. No, the polling has been consistent, and Garvey's lead has increased. As Schiff has run more ads. Not promoting him, and so yeah, I agree with you. And Garvey has no chance, or any Republican doesn't have any chance of winning any kind of Senate race or any other statewide race in California. I think the last one to do so was Schwarzenegger in 2006. And so, I was kind of ambiguous because, on my call on January 24th, because I do recognize that people should vote their conscience in many cases, and I do agree that people should vote their conscience, but there are certain cases, like I think, I'm not sure if I talked about this, I think it was the 4th District of Massachusetts in the 2020 race, where they had, like a Bernie candidate that I've supported, but there was another kind of pragmatic candidate who just barely lost, and now Jake Auchincloss, who's a real conservative Democrat, is kind of a lock in there now. And so those cases do happen occasionally, but most of the time, I
agree with you, but this one just seems like, and part of it is a function of that jungle primary and the implications of it. This is not 3 months ago, 4 months ago, or 6 months ago, where, there was a clearer chance that Barbara Lee could be the person. But, John, really appreciate you coming on and promoting your big appearance on the Letter Hack YouTube show. Where can people see more of you tonight and see you in the flesh? Well, not see your flesh, I guess.
I'll be on it. Like I said, 9 p.m. Eastern, and so we'll go into.
Wait, 9 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah.
I thought it was 8 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, no, it's 9 p.m. It's 8 p.m. my time.
Okay.
So it's
all right.
9 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, go into all kinds of things.
Well, we're going to put a link to the Letter Hacks show tonight.
Oh, great. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay, take care. All right,
Thank you.
bye-bye.
John from San Antonio.